This story was told to me by a person whose words I cannot doubt, especially since this person was himself an eyewitness to the events you're about to hear. It was an ordinary evening, an ordinary gathering of friends at their mutual friend's home. The meeting took place in an old small apartment in a rundown Soviet-era building. The kind where the walls are thin, the lights flicker occasionally, and nothing paranormal had ever been noticed before. Young people, aged 19 to 20, were sitting around, listening to low music, laughing quietly and peacefully drinking beer. The room was dimly lit by a single old lamp, casting long shadows on the peeling wallpaper. Suddenly, one of the girls, Vika, let out a blood-curdling scream and her own voice collapsed to the floor as if she'd been struck unconscious. Her body hit the worn carpet with a dull thud. When everyone rushed to her in panic, she suddenly snapped her head up and stared at them with a mad, empty gaze. Her pupils dilated so enormously that her eyes turned completely black, like bottomless voids swallowing the light. She began making guttural, inhuman sounds, growls mixed with choked screams, and uttered incomprehensible words in a voice that didn't sound like hers at all, deeper and raspy, as if something else was speaking through her throat. Her body convulsed violently, twisting in ways that resembled a severe epileptic seizure. But far worse, her back arched unnaturally, and her limbs flailed with terrifying force. Her friends grabbed her arms and legs, desperately trying to hold her down so she wouldn't hurt herself. Through clenched teeth, as if fighting against an invisible force, Vika whispered hoarsely, "Hold me tight. Don't let go. They've come for me. They want to take me. Don't let go. There's a guy here with glowing yellow eyes." And then she let out an unearthly howl that made everyone's blood run cold. In that moment, she became unnaturally strong, impossibly strong for her slim frame. She seized one of the girls by the shoulders with such crushing force that the skin instantly turned gray and cold, like the flesh of a corpse. Days later, a massive dark purple hematoma spread across the entire area, shaped like claw marks. Amid the chaos of her thrashing and the torrent of garbled, demonic-sounding syllables, the witnesses suddenly made out clear, pleading words. "Cover the mirror. He's in there. Cover the mirror, please. He's watching." On the wall hung an ordinary old mirror, its frame cracked and dusty from years untouched. One of the girls, trembling, grabbed a nearby blanket and rushed toward it. As she approached, she froze and screamed in pure terror. In the reflection, right behind her own image, stood a tall figure of a young man. But his eyes were bright, unnatural yellow, glowing like a predator's in the dark, with vertical slits for pupils. His smile was too wide, too wrong. A split second later, he vanished, as if he'd never been there. Shaking uncontrollably, she threw the blanket over the mirror. Almost immediately, Vika's screams grew less intense, though her body still twitched. Then someone remembered to recite the Lord's Prayer. Our Father. At first, just one voice, then everyone in the room joined in, chanting it together in rising desperation. When they reached the words, "But deliver us from evil," Vika's convulsions stopped abruptly. Her body went limp, and an unnatural silence filled the room, broken only by heavy breathing and quiet sobs. She has now been lying in the hospital for the 4th day, pale and unresponsive. Severe nervous and physical exhaustion, the doctors say. She hasn't spoken a word since that night. Her eyes remain distant, as if she's still seeing something no one else can. The only thing that might explain why it chose Vika, She was the only one in the room that night not wearing a cross around her neck. No one knows anything more. The apartment owner hasn't returned there since. He can't even bring himself to spend the night. And on that mirror, under the dust, the same blanket still hangs. No one dares to remove it. Sometimes late at night, neighbors swear they hear faint scratching sounds coming from inside the empty apartment, like nails on glass.